All right. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Paranormal, and we are your hosts. I'm Rachel, and oh my god! So now we are officially into full-time routine. Everyone's back to school. It's been such a freaking week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! But yeah, I'm glad it's over, and I'm not happy that a new one is starting. But
Well,
whatever.
we're that much closer to next summer break.
I know.
There you go.
Just, just 1 week.
It's one way to look at it.
It's the only way to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
How many more weeks till Christmas vacation?
That I have not looked into.
Yeah, neither have I. Too long.
But
anyways.
yes, I was going to say probably not enough. We're not close yet. Hey, we have like spooky season first. Settle down.
I know.
Let's get
That's
into
gonna
that.
happen in what? Not this week, and not in like 3 weeks. 2 weeks. Whatever the hell many weeks.
Although in my house it's already started because I've already started to slowly get decorations and just strategically start putting them out until someone notices, which they haven't yet.
Home decor. It's always out at my house.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh my gosh. And then, so yesterday, so a week from now, when everybody hears this, it was a week ago, we just got investigating at a provincial park. We got to do...
So good.
We got to do, and I had to look it up because I'm like, it's not how it's pronounced. Eldon Hall, I think it's called, at Sybil's Point Provincial Park. We just got to investigate there, and that was pretty awesome.
That was amazing. That was one of those places that, like, you didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And it was just craziness as soon as we got there.
Yeah, it was awesome. Lots of stuff. But y'all have to stay tuned to the Paranormal Seekers page for that information. We may do a podcast on it further down the road. We will see. But yeah. But anyways, today we have a special guest, and we are going to talk all things paranormal. And we have Jason McGray. Dun, 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 dun. From Elements of Unknown. He's a published author, podcaster, fellow paranormal enthusiast. See, he's got his book.
Yes.
So welcome, Jason, to this weird and wonderful podcast that we have.
Thank you. It's good to be on. I've been enjoying the show ever since your launch, so it's been great.
Which is really funny. It's been almost a year. I thought about that the other day. I was like, holy crap.
It goes by fast when you start podcasting. The time goes really quickly, and you just start pumping episodes out. It's fun.
It is.
And it's great to see because, as Rachel knows, we've been both doing this relatively the same amount of time. I had my own group for a while, and seeing you do all these things, and I've been to your events and stuff, and they're fantastic. So I look forward to diving into some of our experiences today.
We've had some weird ones. Totally some weird ones throughout the years. Was it airplane? I was like, what the hell? Now it's just gray outside. It's no longer orange. It was really pretty earlier, everyone, but now it's just back to being crap. Anyways, okay, so let's just start from the beginning. How did you get interested into the paranormal? Like, how did it come about in your life that you're like, I want to do that?
It was a slow road of being exposed to things at an early time, and then the more I became exposed and having experiences, and then as I got older, I started sharing those experiences with close friends and realizing that they had similar interest in these categories. And then as we got older, we would start to go out and, in the early days, what would be thrill seeking. So going to the local hot spots and trying to catch ghosts at cemeteries and haunted roads and stuff like that. And eventually it went from thrill seeking to putting a serious effort into what we're doing and capturing evidence. And then the birth of TV paranormal came out. So then everybody's trying to mimic that and mimic the styles of that. But eventually it evolved to just researching and exploring. And now I don't even consider myself an investigator. I just consider myself kind of like a paranormal occult adventure explorer. Like I just like to go out and experience life and experience all the different paranormal things that I can. And that's been the road. And there's lots and lots of details, and I write about them in my books and stuff. But it all started with early experiences being a ghost showing up in my doorway in my house in downtown Oshawa. It was a wild experience. Right in the middle of the night, this man standing in my doorway.
You got to tell us more now. You got to tell us more now.
So I wake up, I'm in high school, and I wake up, and there's a man standing in my doorway. And I like panic and freak out because I don't know who this man is standing in our doorway of my bedroom. And I must have yelled out because my mother come running. And when she come running, he left and went into a different direction this way, like to the left. My mother came from the right, and I was like, there's a man, and he went into the kitchen, and she went and looked. There's like nobody there. And when she went back to bed, I stayed awake for the entire night. Like she came to wake me up for in the morning for school, and I was still wide awake, terrified. And I never saw that guy again, but I imagine it was somebody that used to live in the house. And that ended up, when I took over the house and my mom moved out, that turned into more experiences when my roommates moved in, things moving and different things going on. So that was where it all began.
Did you ever find out who it was?
No, I've done some like a little bit of research trying to find out. I did have some spiritualist mediums tell me that I need to look more into the gentleman that was in that house. And I do remember trying to find information on the previous owners. I think I might have gotten some old photos, but I can't find a photo of him or who that person's name was. So it might be a matter of diving into real estate records or something to find out who that was.
Give me the address, and I bet you
I was just gonna say,
yeah, absolutely. You probably could. You probably could. It's right downtown, right close to the military armories. So.
Yeah. That might be a little harder because they consider that a downtown area, so they don't really have a lot of that record in where I look. But it's possible I could find it. I got some ins.
You do have a lot of ins.
Well, that's what happens when you've been doing this for shit. How long have I been doing this for? Going into 22
over 25 years. Over 25.
We're doing it. Yeah. So we started in 2004. So we're going, 22 years we're going into. Right. So
we launched Durham Paranormal in 1997. And I remember in the late 90s, early 2000s, I remember you, Rachel, doing Oshawa Library like
that. Yeah, that was early 2000s.
Presentations.
Yeah, that was early 2000s. Oh my God. I'm old. Oh shit. But yeah.
I think that speaks though on both of your credibility that you're still not only in it, but you're still doing really well in this industry. Because a lot of people start and ramp up and then they fade out, right? So
I think Rachel and I went two different directions though, because you guys have been doing your investigations and now events and stuff. And I kind of slithered under a rock and just kept researching and researching and researching. And it was only in the last like 2-3 years that I kind of made myself more of a social public presence once I started doing a podcast and writing a book and stuff. And then I thought, okay, I got to start connecting with this community again. Because it was something that completely different direction that I had went.
And it's a completely different community now. Like if you think about it from back when we started to how it's evolved and changed into today, it's really, really different. Like you've got ones like us who are in for the research and the experience and learning more about, ghosts and spirits and the after and all that kind of stuff. And then you've got the others who are just in it for fame and fortune, and they don't realize that they actually have to put the work in, right? So it's a big and you've probably seen it too with talking to people, like the big differences between each individual and how they perceive it and how they understand it and how they look at it, right? So a lot has changed. A lot has. Go on.
Probably just in equipment, I would say, has changed.
Listen, I started with an EMF meter.
I remember Katrina Weidman saying that she had come back to paranormal after being away so long, and she was like, all the equipment changed. I don't even run cables through a house anymore for CCTV. It's all wireless. Like, she didn't know how to use the equipment because it's been updated so much. And then, I mean, you find here in Canada, we still have people using older methods and stuff as well. So there's definitely a wide variety of way things are being done. I don't see me doing like trying for the fame and the YouTube and all the streaming services. You need a team to do that stuff. And I'm not talking an investigative team. You need a production team. You can't one-man army that stuff. It's just not possible. I've tried to dabble in doing video editing and learning it all and being an advertising graduate, heavy in marketing and events and stuff, but I still can't do everything by myself. So
no, and it's too much. Like
it is. And
when you think about like the fame and all that, especially if you want, this TV show is like, people don't realize, sure, you want a TV show, great, but you know what? Then your contract, and your contract states what you can and cannot say, do, show, talk about, like all that kind of stuff. And really, in the end, you don't own your stuff anymore. They do. Right. And even to do like YouTube production and stuff like that, like that's great. Like you said, I don't have time to sit there and edit and put things together. I will cut and splice and make something look decent enough to put up there. But that's just my experience, and take it as it is. Like, I don't even have that time. So
if anybody thinks they're going to get onto a TV network right now, then they're not paying close enough attention to know that the networks have canceled almost every show right now. There's not many out there.
No, and the ones that are out there are, well, we all know who has the one out there now.
Isn't that your favorite show, Ghost Adventures?
Fucking yes, I love it. Just put it on for background noise sometimes, just so it's not so quiet in my goddamn house. But I don't pay attention to it.
I think everything's demons anyway. So
yeah,
you know the ending to this show.
Those damn demons.
It's a demon. The end. Aaron, go deal with it.
Yeah, even though he's got his own demons to deal with.
Oh dear.
Oh,
the joys of public figures.
Met a lot though that have been really good though too at the same time. So some of those people that no longer have shows or were 1 degree separation from those shows, I've met a lot of good connections throughout the States and Canada of people that really still heavily involved in the community. So
I think it's something that once you're a part of, you don't ever really leave. You can step back from it, but it's always there no matter what.
I've tried a few times to step away from it and I just get pulled back in. So yeah, this is where I'm meant to be.
Yeah. That's what we always say too. It's like there are sometimes with like for us, like we get really quiet because there's not much going on, and you wonder, is this how it's just going to fizzle out, and then whoop, right back up to the top again? Like it's crazy.
For me, it's not. I don't know if addiction's the word, but I jones for it. If I haven't done a ghost hunt in a while, I start to get really like antsy. I want to get in there. I want to go do something. So I don't know how people could just go, it's not for me anymore, and walk away. As soon as, even if I go away and we go into a place, I'm like, oh, feel it. Let's get started. Even if I'm just on vacation. So I don't know how someone could just walk away.
Yeah, neither do I.
It's not, I hadn't been on an actual site in so long, maybe end of June, early July. And I was jonesing for it. So just even a trip to the local haunted cemetery, just to hang out and feel like I'm immersed in the environment. And if nothing happens, nothing happens, but just wanted to be in that environment again. You can really, it's true what you're saying. You can really feel the need to get back out and submerge into it, especially when you have those like 1 or 2 second experiences and you're wanting it again. It's like it is almost like an addiction. It's an adrenaline rush of having that. I'm going to an event in October and I can't wait to get there because it's a whole community field of people and just connecting with all those people in a haunted location and talking all categories of high strangeness is going to be great. Plus, Annabelle's going to be in the building, so that'll be interesting.
Very, very
The
cool.
real Annabelle?
The real Annabelle,
Okay,
yes.
I was gonna say
Nesper
that.
is bringing Nesper and Ryan Buell from Paranormal State will be there with Annabelle.
Oh my
Be at
god.
Rock Island, Illinois, October 4th.
Ryan Buell. Oh my god.
He's still around.
I know.
You know what?
You want to talk about a guy that was right into it and then crashed and burned and then came right back? He
did, and you know what? His story is really inspiring, to be honest, because he was one of the early popular people on TV, and then he crashed out with drug addiction, and just canceled the show and had a really bad time. Went through rehab, and then when he bounced back, he went and got a doctorate and became a psychologist for mental health and paranormal and different things that he's a doctorate of now, and he's really bounced back and become a really good person again, and he's becoming involved just trying to help people. He's not looking for network TV shows. He's just traveling with Nesper and hosting events and trying to bring awareness back. It's really good to see the bounce back success story from somebody like that.
And it's funny because with Paranormal State, when you think about it, I can only think of 3 of them out of the group of 5 that they had that he's doing, that has continued to do stuff in the paranormal. So of course you've got Ryan Buell, you've got Katrina, and then you've got Heather Taddy, right?
Well,
I don't
Chip
know.
Coffey.
Well, yeah, Chip too, but I think Chip was just always there. But I mean, like, as their core group though, right? Like, I don't know what happened to the other 2.
I think they just went off and carried on with their life.
Yeah, probably, pretty much. But you know, see, when we first started, what was the main show out there was Most Haunted.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
With Yvette and her screaming.
Yes.
Those were the shows
They couldn't hear any of the evidence because she kept screaming over everything.
Yeah, those were the shows that we were taking pointers from when we first started. Like, yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah, I remember when I remember that was probably the first show that I saw on TV was Most Haunted. I remember being really excited about seeing a paranormal show on TV. And then a few years down the road, the Ghost Adventures documentary came out before the TV show, and that just blew my mind in the early days of catching the objects moving.
And we've worked with a lot of TV shows, surprisingly and funnily. So way back in the day, we sat down with Michael Lamport, who did Rescue Mediums. You know, unfortunately, he's passed away now, but we sat down with him and we talked a lot. We also sat down with, I think his name was Chris Goodgin, and he was doing the show on YTV at the time called Ghost Trackers. I think it's what it was. And they did one at the Whippy Centennial Building. We've done a lot of work with, well, we did work with Marilyn Dennis, but that's a whole other story. That was us. I just did work last year with Ghosting, which is the CBC show. Like, and they're all, when you look at it, all different like types of shows, with different ways they investigated and all that. Ghost Trackers was, don't even get me started on that one. But you know, it was all different. And
my co-host tells a story about how he was on a TV show talking about his scariest experience or whatever it's called, and he told his story, and the network just kept telling him to add more to it, and he was like, do you want my story or the story that you want generated? And they just said, we'll give you more money. So he told the story that they wanted to hear.
Wow.
And the unfortunate part is that when I saw it on TV years later, I was like, he's lying. I could see it. I know him so well. I know he's lying. And then he wrote the real story, and we put it in my first book, which is fantastic. And that was all took place at the Whippy Psych, the old Whippy Psych.
The one place I never went to. Well, I did go to, but I didn't go in any of the buildings. I just drove around.
No way.
Yeah, I was at the tail end of when they were starting to tear them down, and I was like, nah, I'm not even gonna bother. But Ryan on our team has some pretty good stories from being there. In a law enforcement perspective.
I went through a lot of the places in the tunnels and stuff when Durham Paranormal was a thing, and we went through all the underground tunnels. We were as sounds terrible, folks. Don't do this. We were taking crowbars and popping the old fireplace mantles off the wall because they were over top of older mantles. And what would happen is in World War One, when the Whitby Psych was a war hospital, the soldiers would put letters on the mantle, and they would get knocked and fall in behind the old mantle. So if you pop the mantle off, you would find the old letters from like 1913 and stuff in behind there, preserved. So it was pretty cool. The guy we were with, he was a high school teacher, and he was trying to collect as much Whitby history as he could find in these old buildings in hopes that Whitby would do some kind of museum and he could donate everything to it. So it was pretty cool. The letters that we read definitely painted a picture of Whitby, though, that is not the Whitby of today.
That's not surprising.
Oh my gosh.
Not surprising at all. Yeah, that place definitely should have. Yeah, they should have kept it. Should have kept it.
I think they preserved one building down there. There's a fence around it.
Yeah, it's not preserved. They're just waiting for it to fall down on its own.
It's literally like within feet of a brand new house right beside it. It's really weird. I couldn't imagine living right beside it. It must be creepy.
We always thought about wandering that neighborhood and just dropping business cards into people's mailboxes and being like, somebody will call us back. Like, yeah, you never know. You never know. But yeah, I know. So, speaking of your book, tell us how that came about. Like, why did you decide to write it or put it together? I should say.
I had always wanted to be a writer for a long time, even back in high school. And for years, I had done some writing with a pop culture website that was very geek orientated. So I got to go to a lot of like fan expos and different conventions like that, comic book conventions and stuff. And I wrote articles for them. So it was a lot of practice of doing writing. And I knew that I wanted to write a book. And in my earlier days, I used to do a lot of car related things. So I ran a car show and I did car scene stuff. And I always thought that my book, the Durham Region J bodies. And I always thought my book was going to be about my life with that. But when I re-submerged back into my paranormal world, I thought, no, I have way more experience in this field. I have to write about it. So when I started writing, I thought, I want to collect other people's stories. So I started putting calls out for people to submit stories, and I got stories coming from all over Canada and the United States. And then I actually got people that I didn't think would respond, sending me feature stories, like Dan Class from the Hinsdale House, sending me a story from his point of view of an experience he had. And Josh Purvis from Stream Beacon TV sent me a story related to a series that was coming out on a different network. And a whole bunch of people that were in the community and then more in the public eye sent me feature stories. So I just put it all together, and it's still to me unreal at times having the book done. I did it all self-published. I did worked on all my own launches and book signings and stuff. I had to work all that stuff out. And I'm halfway through writing my own book right now. My second book, which is going to be completely my own stories. So it's all my own adventures, a lot of my earlier stuff. So the first book has some scratching a surface of my ideology and my experiences and stuff, but the second book is going to really deep dive into a lot of my earlier adventures and then my current day adventures as well. Awesome. So there's a lot of stories, and there's still stories coming because I'm not making it up, I'm living it. So that's what I'm writing about. That's why it's taking, I thought it would be out by now, but it's just not. I'm just keep writing and have to have more experiences, and I have lots more ideas for more books, so they will come.
It's awesome.
That's very cool.
Everyone tells us that we should write a book about our adventures, but I don't have
You should,
time.
or we could come up with a plan, and I could follow you guys around and write the Paranormal Seekers book for you.
Hey, can we
There
make
you
it a
go.
choose your own adventure book?
Oh, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing.
Oh my gosh, that would be pretty funny. Oh Lord. Yeah,
Well-
that's pretty awesome. And people can your book's available like on Amazon. Is that it, or is it?
It's on Amazon, and if you're in the States, it's in Barnes and Noble as well. And then if anybody just reaches out to me through Facebook or wherever, Instagram, whatever, just my name, Jason McGray, I'll actually mail you out a signed copy if anybody wants to buy it direct from me. And my signed copies come with personalized bookmarks and stickers and all the fun stuff as well.
Nice.
Get a little like a little ghosty book package.
Yeah, I try to brand it and put all the stuff together, elements of the unknown stickers and story bookmarks and stuff like that I've designed.
Now, are you still doing the podcast right now for Elements of the
We're on
Unknown, or
bit of a hiatus due to life getting in the way. Our schedules aren't syncing up is the way it works. So I have a very dedicated schedule, and his schedule, my co-host schedule, can be a little hectic at times. So there's still talks about it. We are moving towards getting some stuff done, but there's also plans in the works about Elements of the Unknown moving to the Get Haunted network. So that is a little bit of an insider tip that we will be doing. We're just working out the logistics of whether I'm going to have Justin stay on with me, or whether I'm going to be taking a new format on the Get Haunted. But we will be back. There will be more, for sure.
Awesome.
Good stuff.
Your background keeps going in and out, Kaz, and it's driving me fucking nuts.
Well, I can't help it. These guys are party animals behind me, and they're just like,
Literally. Every time I talk, and I just see them in the corner of my eye.
We never know what's going on. Let me see if I can do the. No, okay, I just look crazy. Sometimes if I do this, it will. No, it's just me being bizarre.
You don't get no sparkles today.
We'll see.
So
Maybe
listen, I wanted to tell you guys a story. I've been really excited to tell you about this story, because you guys were talking on a previous episode about attachments following you home, and then you talked about Hinsdale. And I wanted to tell you about my experience with Hinsdale, because we went last December. We went to Hinsdale and then Wildwood in the same weekend.
We did the same thing in April.
Yeah, you were there at Wildwood before us, because I remember seeing Paranormal Seekers on the window in marker where everybody signs and stuff.
We just keep adding our dates and our names.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing, adding dates every time I go. So we go to Hinsdale, and part of the interesting things about when we were at Hinsdale, when you're researching and experimenting, is that we filled that house with positivity and love and laughter, and there was no activity while we were doing that, none. And for like half the night, and then once we actually like turned the lights out and got serious about paying attention to the house and the energy, it completely shifted. I'm getting shivers now thinking about it. The energy shifts with you when you change the energy in that house. And it's sometimes we've discovered that it's not about addressing the spirits in the house. You have to address the actual house. And when you address the house itself, it moves with you and you can feel the energy shift. So we do this whole night and this whole weekend, and I come home. Now, to back up a little bit more, sorry, I have a music box, a censored music box. I had it created with the wood from the Hinsdale house siding. So somebody built this music box, and I brought it with me to the house. So it was like bringing the wood back to its home, and then brought it back home with me again. And I had that music box in my bedroom on a shelf. About a few weeks after I get home from Hinsdale, I wake up and we have a hall light that plugs in so that you can illuminate the hallway to go to the bathroom, because I'm an old man and I got to get up 6 times in the middle of the night. And I wake up and I hear the sound, it's very distinct, of the light bulb on that light popping as if it was like you can hear the light blow, like a light bulb makes that popping noise. And the room started to fade into blackness and darkness to the point I couldn't see in front of me anything at all. And as soon as it went black, I heard something moving towards me, and then I felt it come onto the bed, and I could tell it was a four-legged something, and all four legs climbed onto the bed over top of me. I could feel it over top of me, and then once it got on the bed, I felt the bed sink down to the floor as if it was being crushed. And I tried to yell out, and all I did was make like a little sound, like a ah, and that was it. And as soon as I made that sound, I heard the light bulb pop, the light came back on, and everything was back to normal. I don't get scared very often anymore on investigations, but that terrified the hell out of me. And that music box no longer stays in my room.
See,
it was absolutely terrifying. And when we went to Penhurst Paracon in May, I went and spoke with Nick and Tessa Groff, and I was explaining to Nick and Tessa what my experience, and Tessa's face just went straight, and she said, "This is 100% the Hinsdale house. This is what happens. These are the terrifying things. You are describing something that we've encountered before at Hinsdale." I'm like, that's unreal, because you don't read about that in Clara's book. You don't read about the experiences like that. Those are the things.
No, yeah, because I read Clara's book, and for me, when I was reading it felt like it was just they were experiencing all this paranormal stuff, and they didn't know how to internalize it. And right, like, paranormal experiences equaled scary, right? That's how I felt reading that book, right? Because that's just how it's portrayed by her wording and stuff, right? And for someone who's been in this business, or whatever you want to call it, this field for a long time, I've seen how Hollywood likes to change it to it's all evil, right? But that would terrify me too. But I've never had any freaky.
I don't know how to explain it. And the scientific mind in me wants to say sleep paralysis. And some people that I've talked to have said sleep paralysis. And I've heard of cases of sleep paralysis, like the Cracking Man, where the lady was sleep paralysis and heard the bones of some kind of entity moving and cracking while it was moving towards it. And people having these experiences of sleep paralysis, but I've never had that ever. And I guess you can have it just once or twice in your life. It can happen, but I don't know for sure. I don't have a way of knowing if it was, or if it was some kind of energy that followed me. I mean, I also collect haunted objects, so I mean, it's a melting pot here.
It's like, you just never know what you're gonna get.
No, you don't. You really don't.
I do agree with you about the house, though, because when we were at the Hinsdale house the first time, we felt like the house was watching us, if that makes sense. And so, as often it happens, we all have these like outrageous plans. When we get there, we're going to do all this stuff, and then that all goes out the window, and we all end up staying together because we just can't separate, because every time we try to, something brings us back together. And when it was around 3:00 in the morning, we're all winding down, and it would not let us sleep. That house kept coming alive and alive and alive. Well, you were just different. You were snoring your face off, but the REM pod kept going off, and then the strip lights would go off. The EMF light thing would go crazy. Then the bat attacked us, and it was just like boom, 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 boom. Every time we'd all start to wind down, the house would be like, "Nope, I'm not done with you." And we all came to that same conclusion. We were like, this house, it's the house. Like, the house won't let us sleep. Because when you go into a place, you can kind of sometimes pinpoint, I feel the presence of a man, or I feel this or something. But in that place, it's not really that. It's the house. And whether it's because we know the history, but I just being there twice now, I've been there. And both times I'm like, it's in the walls almost, like it breathes with you and you feel it as you move around. So I totally understand when you're saying, you know, you have to treat the house as sort of the entity, as opposed to you're calling out, Mr. Jacobs, are you here? Like, no, it's in the fabric of that building or the land itself. I mean, just everything. It's a very interesting
we even had experiences on the land as well. We went to the Giving Tree and I had made an offering. I physically took the time to make it, and then when I had a little speech and gave my offering to the offering tree there, as soon as I placed the object on the tree, I had a wolf way off in the distance of the mountains. A lone wolf just started howling, and I thought, it's something cool. It happened at the same time, and no matter how you look at it, it's just kind of a cool coincidence that happens, right?
So
is it spiritual?
We did.
I don't know.
When we went the first time, we gave an offering to the tree. We brought tobacco. We put it like real tobacco. Like we did it like in the yellow cloth and all of that stuff too. Placed it by the tree. We got some interesting stuff. Except when we got there, I can't even remember the name of the girl who was with us the first time, because it wasn't the same one as the second time. But she was just like, you know, if you're going up to the tree, make sure you stay on this side because there's a lady with a gun up there that likes to drink. And we're like, oh, that's more terrifying than the ghost. But when we went the second time, we just said, fuck it. We get nothing.
Nope.
So we didn't offer anything.
I had taken feathers and binded them with twine and then added a black obsidian stone to it, and then and I think they were black raven feathers, and that's what I offered to the tree. But I made a little speech giving thanks to the Aboriginal people to the land, and I think possibly the offering and the speech is what triggered this lone wolf in the distance. And then I did something that I have Aboriginal friends, they do at like football games when the national anthem is going. They yell out this cry and you can hear it, and it's like a sign of respect. And so I tried to mimic that while I was at the Giving Tree, and I thought, I'm going to try this, and I'm just going to send out a call, and it's going to be out of respect. And I did this weird yell out into the woods, and everybody around me could heard it. There was a yell that came back, and it wasn't an echo of my same cadence. Something yelled back. I don't know what it was, whether it was a spirit or a Bigfoot or a cryptid or who knows? I don't know. The drunk lady with a gun, maybe? I don't know.
I said that the last time we were driving through the windy roads with all the. I'm like, I wonder if Bigfoot lives up.
Well, we heard like footsteps. I mean, that's how we ended up with Liz taking that weird picture, is because as we could hear footsteps the whole time, but as we were leaving, it was like something started coming down that hill at us, and Liz turned around and took a picture and got like a crazy picture. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's a very interesting place.
I have a picture from coming down that path stairway as well. There's a bare footprint in the snow, because we were there in December. There was snow. It was big bare footprint, and I'm like, is that human? Is it cryptid? I don't know.
Oh, that was like the first time we went too, and they were like, oh yeah, it's bear country. Like, fuck that. I'm staying in the fucking house. I don't give a fuck. I'm not. I will deal with the ghosts. I will deal with dead people. I will deal with demon, whatever. I'm not dealing with wildlife.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I got that point up where when you go to Ghost Road, you're like, I'm not even worried about the ghosts there. I'm more worried about the wildlife in the woods.
Exactly. Want to see Rachel run? It's not because of a ghost. It's a fucking raccoon. But yeah, when we were there back in April, we had like 7 or 8 deer walk pretty much right up
that was beautiful
of the house, like right down the road, right up the driveway, right into the front, and then right towards the pond, and they stayed there. Which I was like, well, if the deer aren't scared, neither am I.
Exactly. Demon
we saw
deer.
a herd of deer. We went to Moundsville in West Virginia. We had went to the cemetery that's at the top of the hill outside of town. It's all little metal signs of the old inmates. And we were wandering through these little low to the ground metal signs. And as we were leaving that cemetery to head back to Moundsville Penitentiary, we turned and there was a whole herd of deer just walking through. It was really cool to see. It was almost like they were waiting for us to move so they could walk through this opening.
funny.
Amazing.
Dead people and deer seem to go together for some reason. I don't know why.
There's lots of deer at Wildwood too. If they take the path right in between the house along the road all the time.
I've never seen a fucking deer. I saw children there for the first time when we went the last time, but I've never seen a deer.
The first time we went there, I went to the car to get the gear out of the trunk, and I looked up, and there was just deer everywhere, and I'm like, "Whoa! I'm gonna go back in the house and let you guys do your thing."
That's so strange. I guess it makes sense though.
Well, yeah, because look where they are. Like they're right there. Like the woods are right there, and it's pretty much dead end, right? So, but
I love it.
We'll have to look for more deer the next time we go.
Mm-hmm.
Round 5 coming soon.
Round 5.
Yeah, don't know when, but it'll probably be later.
Well, this brings us to a good question, Jason. What would be a place you would love to go back to, and what's a place you would never go back to?
Oh, see, that's interesting. A lot of people ask me about where I want to go or my favorite sites. I have 2 places I want to get back to. Hinsdale is one because of the whole whatever came home with me, as well as the fact that while we were there, none of us slept upstairs. And it's kind of like, no, you don't get to beat me that way. I want to go back and sleep upstairs. The other location is Hillview Manor. Hillview Manor absolutely rattled me, and I don't know why. We were in a hallway. And Dominic had an experience in the hallway, and then I had an overcoming feeling of anxiety and fear, and which was very unusual for me on an investigation, to the point I wanted to leave the site. But as soon as I got out of the hallway we were in, that feeling went away. And when we left the site, when the investigation was done, immediately I wanted to go back. So I've been wanting to go back to this place to conquer this hallway. If you've ever watched Destination Fear / Project Fear, when Alex throws up in one of the hallways, when he's in the hallway by himself, it was that hallway where we had the experience of fear. I need to go back. I
want to go.
Yeah.
Hillview Manor is really cool. It's really big. It's easy to get lost in. It's like a maze. Somewhere I would never go back to. I honestly don't have a site right now that I would never go back to. No site has ever given me an experience that it just put me off. And if anything gave me fear, it makes me want to go back to conquer it, because I live by curiosity over fear. I can't think of a place that I wouldn't want to go back to. Oh, wait, maybe I do. I had a private investigation. We investigated the house like 6 or 7 times. And we solved the case, but the lady that lived in the home kept dabbling with all kinds of things and bringing things back. So I don't ever want to go back there. We solved what we were meant to solve. I don't want to go back. She just keeps bringing stuff in. Just let her.
She's doing it herself now.
To back up the story a little bit, she had a mother pass away in the house, and her mother was trying to get a message across from the other side. And after doing 6 investigations there and figuring out that it was her mother, hearing her mother through an Estes session and figuring out what was she trying to put through. And I kept hearing this song in my head. I don't claim to have any abilities or anything. I asked this lady, I was like, do you know anything about this song? And she said, my mother used to sing that to me all the time. So we just went in the basement and played it. We just played the song. I said, we got your message. We played the song. And that part of the haunting ended. Like, she just needed her daughter to know that she's okay and that she loves her. That was it. Job's done. And she kept dabbling with like all kinds of stuff. So I was like, no, you have your fun. I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because as I'm asking you that question, I'm like, oh, there's anywhere I wouldn't go back. And the same thing, the ones that you're like really scared of at the time, you're like, ooh, and then you leave, and then afterwards you're like, I gotta get in there again. Like Wildwood the first time.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, the things that happened there, we were terrified. But I'm pretty sure on the drive home, we were like, all right, how do we get back there? Because even when we left Hinsdale the first time, I've never seen Ryan move so fast. This man was like a dust outline where he once stood. He got out of that house so fast. We were all like, we're here till 10, I thought. And he was gone. He was terrified. But within a couple of days, he's like, I got to get back in there, man. I don't know what that was, but I got to get back in there. And that's the thing. That's what drives us.
Hold on, I got to mute a few seconds. Oh, never mind. My mom was calling me.
Okay.
I'll call her
So
back.
I think that's, Mom. I think that's what drives us in this industry is like you said, in the moment, it can be terrifying. And then afterwards you're like, what the heck was that? Like, let's get back in again.
My last trip to Wildwood, I got woken up at 3:30 in the morning. I was sleeping on the couch in the living room, and blood-curdling screams were coming from the basement that woke me up, and I didn't sleep for another 2 hours. But I had to go into the basement to make sure there's not like a living person screaming, right? Like, but it was blood-curdling. It was loud. Like it was undistinguishable. Like you could tell it was a lady screaming in pain. And I got to go check it out. As terrifying as it is, I got to go see. There's nobody down there.
Gee,
damn. Well,
but you're right.
Like,
that experience, even though I can't sleep for a couple hours after, the drive home is like I got to go back because I need to know. I want to experience something again.
Yep. I know. We were on the second floor and Ryan was on the main floor.
Yeah.
And we heard a bang. It shook the floor. It made Rachel jump. And we were like, ha ha ha, that's Ryan dropping something. And we're like, are you okay, Ryan? And he's like, yeah, what was that bang? And he heard it like it was on our level and we heard it like it was on his.
Yeah.
And I caught it. I was videoing at the time. And we're like, what the heck was that? It was so loud and we have no explanation for it. Same with crazy footsteps and then dragging sounds, like very
first
strange.
time I went to Wildwood, I was moving from the seance room towards the library and I heard something run from the doll room at me, like just running, and I backed up and I actually said, whoa, like as if something, like I couldn't see anything, but it was definitely running at me and I could hear it. And it was just rattling for a second. I'm like, holy crap, what is running at me? It's not even footsteps, it's running.
Yeah. Well, that happened to me. You know that horrible staircase? So from the seance room, there's that little kitchenette. There's this, I hate that staircase. We had a REM pod down on the stairs that go down to the basement from there. And it kept going off. So I'm going down the stairs. I turned the corner to go in that little hallway and something came up those basement stairs and ran at me. And I'm like, up the stairs, but I'm recording and you hear it. And Ryan took it to some forensic analysis person that he knows. I don't even know. And the guy's like, yeah, I isolated the footsteps. It comes up the stairs. It actually runs past me and runs out into that second floor. So whatever it was, passed me on the stairs, which I'm so glad I didn't know at the time. But
the ghost was so scared it ran past you. Something else was chasing it.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to know. But even now we're talking about it. I'm like, I have to get back there. Oh, we should write a book on that place. Good Lord.
Totally. A Canadian guide.
Oh my gosh. That's oh.
We should.
I'm telling you, there's all kinds of book ideas. I would love to follow teams and just write about how they investigate and the experiences they have as an outsider perspective. I don't even need to partake in the experiments. I just want to observe and write. Another big site coming up, the Warren House, is now available for overnight investigations. It's teams of 8. We
already know. Ryan is already on it.
Did you guys book a night yet?
I think he was first in line
yet. Knowing our luck, he's going to buy the Conjuring house while we're at it.
Yeah.
Frick. What a guy. What a guy.
Yeah. It's a shame we don't have more places like that close to home.
Yeah.
Canada really, I think we're like dropping the ball there.
We have great to be a hot topic lately. I keep getting asked from my American friends, why don't you have sites? And why don't you do it the same in Canada the way you do in the States? And I don't know why things aren't done that way. This people aren't buying houses to rent it out as a haunted place, especially with our economy on housing. But most of the places that you can do investigations are run by tour groups, or example, like when you guys do your events and stuff, right? That's sometimes the only access that people get is when you're with a group doing an event.
Yep.
I've had some luck, and I'm sure you experience that as well, is just reaching out to random places. Sometimes somebody will bite and let you have at it for a few hours, but it's not like we're in the States, you pay X amount of dollars and you get the place all night. So we definitely need more of it here. I just don't know how it'll come about. I'm not sure yet.
I know. Here I find they're like, oh, this is old. Let's tear it down.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, great.
Or they go, oh, people think we're haunted. Oh, let's charge them $5,000 a night.
Yeah.
Just so we can, deter them away from even coming towards us.
I also find a lot of locations in Ontario where like you can't tell anybody that you're here, or you can't because I don't want people to know it's haunted. But why are you letting me come there if you don't want people to know it's haunted? It just doesn't make sense why people are trying to embargo the secrecy of the location.
I know. We deal with that all the time.
I think because unfortunately there are people out there who would not go about it the same way as us, which is to get permission. And so it then just becomes a liability. I know a few places we've been, they're like, we don't want people to know because we don't want people trying to break in, because then they find out it's haunted. So they're always going to try and get in, which we appreciate. And it sucks that there are people out there ruining it. But I think that's a big part of it as well. And there are old-fashioned thinkers that think, oh, if people know it's haunted, they won't come here and spend their money. And I'm like, are you crazy? The opposite will happen. If people know this place is haunted, you're going to have an influx of people. There was a brilliant hotel I actually went to on a whim. I took my husband to, and it is most definitely haunted. And I spoke to the events planner there, and she's like, you know what? I love this idea. We're going to get you in. She's like, this is great. She's like, I got to convince the board of directors, who are an older generation. This is a beautiful old place that has a reputation. And she's like, it's hard to get through to them that we are going to get business. They think everyone's just going to not come anymore. And I'm like, oh, no. Like, you're going to be sold out. So it's getting that mindset shifted too. And of course, when you've got shows on TV that fabricate and they embellish and they go to town and everything's demonic, I can understand why they have a bit of a weird, reputation. And luckily, we've gone into quite a few places and we've changed that opinion that we're not like that. And we're coming in and doing a really good job of bringing the history alive. And I think we're really getting a name for ourselves for that, which is kudos to Rachel, because she comes in with so much history and knowledge that people are like, how do you know all this?
I have my way.
Yeah. But again, we're just not going in and being like, it's a demon and whatever else, which is
or making up stories about pictures that we were told on the weekend.
Yeah.
I have to ask though, does the Paranormal Seekers team have a goal of trying to find a location that will scare the crap out of Rachel?
Good luck.
It would be, yeah. It would be on top of the list.
If it was filled with wild animals, you got it. If it's filled with ghost hits, I'm good. Listen, I'm good. I will sleep anywhere.
There was one place we went, which we cannot mention, where things got a little weird with one of the spirits there, because he took a bit of a fancy to the blonde lady, and it started to get a little uncomfortable.
It scared everybody else.
Well, it got a little uncomfortable for all of us, and we had to at least leave for a few minutes just to let the thing settle. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's a place that can do that. I guess we'll have to just see.
It's out there somewhere. We just have to find it.
Exactly.
Yeah, probably somewhere in the States, though.
It's probably, maybe let's drop her off on Poveglia Island in Italy.
Yes.
I will probably just sleep.
Yeah,
Just give me the old-fashioned plague mask and I'll be out.
There's not a nice couch for you to lay on there, though.
Listen, I like camping. I'll sleep on the ground. I'm fine.
Ooh, on the mass grave that's there?
Whatever. As long as there's no rocks.
I think there's rocks.
Probably, but I'll figure it out. Wouldn't be the worst place I've slept.
Oh, maybe a haunted plane. Oh, that would terrify you.
You wouldn't even get me near it.
There you go. We have a winner.
But see, that's just a
gosh.
plane. That's not a place. It's a thing. Oh my gosh. But anyways. Oh man. But yeah. Well, Jason, we really appreciate you coming on and talking to us.
Yes. Thank you.
Everyone should go out and buy the book. And
Definitely.
It's really, really good. So I've heard. I haven't bought it yet. I should probably buy it. But yes.
Tell us the name again so we know.
The name of my book is called Stories from Beyond the Unknown. It's gonna probably appear backwards, so find a way to flip your screen and
we'll put a link up. We'll put a link up where they can purchase it on Amazon.
Even if you just go onto Amazon and put my name into Amazon, it comes up right away.
There you go. There you go, everyone. Well, thank you again, Jason. It was great having you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Podcast again, another episode, and maybe plan something to go out and.
Yeah, I want to go to
we've been
this
talking about making
Manor.
plans for years.
I know. Just never happens. One day it will. One day it will.
Yeah.
I will definitely come out and join you guys some more. I love coming out to your events. So
awesome. Sounds great. We have plenty of them coming up. Plenty of them. I'm already tired and it hasn't even started. So, but anyways, everyone, if you have any questions for us or for Jason or just want to know more, give us a shout. You can email us at paranormalpodcast@gmail.com. So PAREHNORMAL podcast@gmail.com, or find us on Facebook, Instagram. Look at us up on TikTok. At least I said it right this week. Oh my gosh. But anyways, have a great week, everyone. And
yes, bye.
Next time. Bye.
Bye.